You're going to struggle to hear witnesses.
It's getting louder.
It's crazy. It's on that side.
Oh, really? Sounds like it would be
Low.
right below us or above.
I got that 10 o'clock downstairs, so I wonder if it's going to be even worse down there, right? Oh my goodness.
I'm sure if you can hear.
Oh, interesting.
Rotation first.
I appreciate that, Judge.
8 o'clock set.
Yes, in court 5, it's contested. Thank you, Judge.
All right, Annie. Are you a co-host? Get us started. Yes.
And he's going to be George Gifford applicant. I know it's a little confusing.
All right, can everybody hear me?
I can.
Okay, wonderful. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042761, the state of George Edward Gifford. Mr. Gifford, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn by the court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you can lower your hand. And Mr. Gifford, you may get us started when ready.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, it's a little bit of an interesting case today. My name is George Edward Gifford III, here with the applicant, George Edward Gifford Jr., probating my grandfather and the applicant's father, George Edward Gifford, today. And I wanted to clarify that just because I understand there's a lot of Georges in the room here today. With that being said, I'd like to proceed with my testimony, if that's all right.
Proceed.
Mr. Gifford, I understand that George Edward Gifford was your father. Is that correct?
Yes.
I understand that he passed away on November 19th, 2024 here in Fort Bend County, Texas. Is that right?
Yes.
He was 87 years old and domiciled in Sugar Land, Texas at that time, correct?
Yes.
You'd agree that 4 years have not elapsed since the date of your father's death?
Correct.
Mr. Gifford, you'd agree that Grandpa George did not apply for or receive Medicaid benefits on or after March 1st, 2005?
Correct.
You'd also agree that you're offering Grandpa's valid last will and testament dated August 30th, 2023 for probate in this court today?
I did.
You'd agree that that document has never been revoked?
Correct.
We're showing you the original last will and testament of George Edward Gifford that you have filed with the court today. Does this document look familiar to you?
It does.
And you'd agree that George Edward Gifford Sr. signed the instrument and that it was validly proved through a self-proving affidavit. Is that correct?
Correct.
You'd agree that the subscribing witnesses to the will were Susan Reblin and Michael Reblin?
That's correct.
Sir, this will names you to be representative of the estate as independent executor. Despite that, you understand that there is no necessity for the administration of this estate. Is that right?
Correct.
And you are asking for this will to be probated as a muniment of title and that administration for this estate not occur.
Correct.
You'd agree that there are no debts due from the estate.
That is correct.
You'd also agree that there were no children born or adopted to the decedent after the decedent executed this last will and testament,
That is correct.
and that no marriages were created nor dissolved after the execution of this last will and testament.
That is correct.
Sir, you'd agree that a state, governmental agency, or charitable organization are not named in this will as devicees?
Correct.
Sir, you're asking the court today to admit this will as a muniment of title?
Correct.
You understand that you may have to file some documents showing that you correctly managed this muniment of title in the coming days. Do you understand that obligation?
I do.
Judge, I believe I have no further questions for this witness.
Court heard the testimony of George Gifford Jr. He testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate as a muniment of title. The affidavit fulfillment of terms will be required in this case. Mr. Gifford, I'm sorry for your loss, and as well, Trey, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything further for the record?
No, Judge, I'm just glad to be here with my dad and be able to celebrate my grandpa.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Gifford, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Good luck on your hearing downstairs.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, we'll go back to number 1. Keeping up there, Steph?
Here's back to number 1.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, seriously, my condolences. No, Mr. Repin, if you would unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now, sir?
I can. Good morning.
Very good. Good morning. I'm here with Gerald A. Sellers, who is the applicant and will be the witness here today. Mr. Sellers, you'll slide in here a little bit so they can see you real well.
I got to
I
get,
can see him just fine. Well, let's go ahead and get on the record. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042870, estate of William G. Sellers, also known as William Grover Sellers. Mr. Sellers, if you would raise your right hand to be sworn by this court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very good. You can lower your hand. Mr. Repin, whenever you're ready, you may proceed with your proof of.
Thank you, Your Honor. Are you Gerald A. Sellers, sir?
Yes.
And you were the brother of William G. Sellers, who we also knew as William Grover Sellers. Is that correct?
Yes.
And your brother died May 10th of 2025, which is certainly less than 4 years before we filed this application for probate, correct, sir?
Yes.
Was your brother a resident of Fort Bend County, Texas, at and before his death?
Yes.
And he died having had a will that was dated February 26, 2021 that you brought to my office, correct, sir?
Yes.
And that will was filed with the court, and the court has that will. I think they're in the process here of letting us see that will. Do you recognize this will that your brother had, sir?
Yes.
Is that your brother's signature?
Yes, it is.
And so far as you know or believe, did your brother ever change or revoke that will after he signed it on February 26th of 2021?
No.
Your Honor, we'll ask that you take judicial notice of the will that has been filed and is before the court.
The court shall take judicial notice.
Thank you. Now, after your brother signed this will, he didn't have any children born to him or adopted, did he?
After this? No.
After. And he was not divorced after this because his wife predeceased him and he did not remarry. Is that correct?
Correct.
So there was no decree of any type entered by any court anywhere that had anything to do with the validity of the marriage of your brother, correct?
Correct.
After the will. And the will, of course, the will speak for itself, but we want to tell the court that the will doesn't leave anything to the state of Texas or any other state or governmental agency of a state. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And it doesn't have any charitable bequests, correct, sir?
That's correct.
Mr. Sellers, we've asserted that you want to be named the independent executor, that you're qualified and that you're not disqualified to receive letters testamentary. Is that true, sir?
Yes.
And you do have personal knowledge of your brother's estate?
Yes.
And it's not a taxable estate, meaning we don't have to file any federal estate tax returns, correct, sir?
That's correct.
Your Honor, we offer the will. We ask that Mr. Sellers be appointed the independent executor to serve without bond as according to the will. and that you waive appraisers.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Gerald A. Sellers. He testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate and appoint Mr. Sellers as independent executor to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Mr. Sellers, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You do the same.
Bye.
Number 2. Mr. Anderson. Good morning, Mr. Anderson.
How are you doing today, Judge?
Very good. Is your witness with you?
Yeah, she's right here. You might want to wait a minute. Let me move this over. He needs to see you. Not okay. Can you see her now, Judge?
Yes, I can see.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's go ahead and get on the record. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042952, estate of Daisy V. Walwyn. All those who intend to testify, if you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very good. You can lower your hand, and Mr. Anderson, whenever you're ready, you can get started with your prove up.
Okay. Can you state your name, please?
Rita Estridge.
And you are the daughter of Daisy Walwyn, the deceased. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Daisy Walwyn died on July the 24th, 2025 in Fort Bend County, Texas. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
And at the time of her death, she was 92 years old.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it has not been 4 years since the date of her death, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And she was domiciled and had a fixed place where she resided in Fort Bend County, Texas on the date of her death, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm showing you a document here that is a copy that purports to be her will. Do you recognize this as her will?
Judge, I'm-
Yes, I do.
And do you recognize her signature on the last page?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as you know, this will was never revoked, right?
Right.
Okay. Judge, we ask the court to take judicial notice that the original copy of the will is on file with the clerk's office.
The court shall take judicial notice.
Now, this will did not name the state of Texas or an agency thereof or any charitable organization as a devisor. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, after the date she did this will, she did not have any children or adopted any children, right?
That's
Okay.
correct.
And she was married just one time to Enrique Centron on July the 30th, 1998. And she divorced him on September the 10th, 2001. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you have personal knowledge of her financial affairs, right?
Yes.
And there are no debts owed by the decedent that are not secured by liens on real property, but there is a need for an administration because there is real and personal property that must be transferred. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And you are Rita Estridge, and you are named in the will as the independent executrix, right?
That's correct.
And you are not disqualified to act as such and to accept the letters testamentary, right?
Right.
Okay. And we did serve the citation and to return it in the manner for the length of time required by the Texas State Code. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And the decedent did not apply for and receive any Medicaid on or after March 1st, 2005. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
Judge, we have nothing further other than the estate is not taxable, and we ask the court to waive any appraisal.
All right. The court heard the testimony of Rita Estridge. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will under probate and appoint Ms. Estridge as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Ms. Estridge, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a nice day, Judge.
You do the same. Y'all take care.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Lane, what are you here on? Okay. Thank you.
Apologies, Your Honor. I thought my video was on, but when it goes in, it went off. So
Well, I can see you just fine. We're good to go. All right,
Thank you.
Ms. Alisi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042994, State of Rhonda, Suzanne May. All those who intend to testify, if you would raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Ms. Alisi, if you'd raise your right hand. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, y'all can lower your hands. And Mr. Gerke, whenever you're ready, you may proceed with your prove up.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'll begin with Angie Alessi as my first witness, as one of the subscribing witnesses to the will. And we will be using a copy of the will with Ms. Alessi.
That's fine.
Angie, will you state your full name, please?
Yes, it's Angie Alessi.
Okay. And Angie, I'm going to show you the court's going to show you on the screen a copy of the will of Rhonda Suzanne May. And in a second, I want you to take a look at that.
Okay.
And Angie, what you have in front of you is the last will of Rhonda Suzanne May, and I'm going to direct you to pages 4 as we go through it. If you look at pages 6 of this will dated February 27, 2023, and you see there on page 4, there's dated February 27, 2023, and the signature of Rhonda Suzanne May. And then I'll also show you pages 5 and 6, and I'm going to have just a few questions.
Okay.
You see page 5 with your signature.
I do.
And then page 6 again with Miss May's signature, your signature.
Correct. Yes.
My question for you, Ms. Alessi, is were you present on February 27, 2023, when Miss Rhonda May signed her will on both those pages 4 and 6?
I was. Yes.
And you saw her sign her name, is that correct?
That is correct.
And at the time Miss Rhonda May, Suzanne May signed her will, it was clear to you she was over the age of 18, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And back on February 27, 2023, you were over the age of 14. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And back on February 27, 2023, Rhonda May asked you to serve as a witness to her will. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And on that date, she appeared to be of sound mind and signed her will voluntarily on her own free act, volition, and deed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I will pass the witness, Your Honor, and call Lance Stafford. I apologize, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Will you state your full name, please, Lance?
Lance Edward Stafford.
Okay. And Lance, you're the brother of Rhonda Suzanne May. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And your sister died on July the 1st, 2025 in Fort Bend County, Texas.
That's correct.
And at the time of her death, she was a resident of Fort Bend County, Texas.
Yes, she was.
On August 12, 2025, you had me file with the court an application to probate your sister's will. Is that correct?
Yes, I did. That's correct.
And you also had me file the original last will of your sister. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you saw that original last will on the screen earlier, and you recognize that to be your sister's signature.
Yes, I did.
To your knowledge, was that will ever revoked or was it ever amended by your sister?
No, it was not.
Okay. And after the date of that will back in February 27, 2023, your sister never married, remarried, nor had any children born to or adopted by her after that date?
No, she did not.
Okay. And as we discussed, citation has been served and returned as required by the Texas Estates Code? Yes?
Yes,
And in the will, you were named as executor of your sister's estate to serve without bond.
that's correct.
Okay. And a necessity exists for the administration of your sister's estate. Is that correct?
Yes,
And it's correct that no governmental or charitable organization was named as a beneficiary under your sister's will.
that's correct.
Okay. And you're entitled to the issuance of letters testamentary. You're not a convicted felon and not disqualified from the issuance of letters under the law. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Your Honor, based upon the testimony of the witnesses present before the court today, we respectfully request that the last will and testament of Rhonda Suzanne May be admitted to probate for the issuance of letters testamentary to Lance Stafford to serve without bond and for the waiver of appraisers.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Angie Alessi and Lance Edward Stafford. They testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate and appoint Mr. Stafford as independent executor to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived as well. Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gerke, anything further?
That's it. Thank you, Annie, for being very patient with me.
Of course.
Your
No
Honor,
problem.
I've had to let my notary go. That's me. I was the one who failed to issue the notary stamp. As you can imagine, my staff is now going through 500 old wills to make sure yours truly has not done that on any other will. So embarrassing on my part, but we're going to make sure there's no loose ends out there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angie.
No problem.
All right, next. Make sure the mic's turned on.
Should be good now, Judge.
Yeah. Ms. Lansford, there we go. Can you hear me? Okay, if you'd unmute yourself, please.
There.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 043168, estate of Leonard Albert Meredith, also known as Bud Meredith. If you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, very good. You can lower your hand. And Mr. Lane, you can take it from here.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Lansford. Can you please state your full name and address for the record?
Lisa Gay Lansford, 8302 Thompson Lake Drive, Missouri City, Texas, 77459.
Is it true that you're here today to probate the last will and testament of Leonard Albert Meredith, also known as Bud Meredith?
Yes.
And what was your relationship with Mr. Meredith?
He was my stepfather.
Is it true that Mr. Meredith passed away on March 17th, 2024 in Missouri City, Fort Bend County, Texas?
Yes.
Is it true that 4 years have not elapsed since the date of his passing?
That's true.
Is it true that the court has jurisdiction because he was domiciled in Texas and had a fixed place of residence here in Fort Bend County on the date of his passing?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I ask that the court take judicial notice of the original will that was filed.
The court shall take judicial notice.
And if the court would share the will.
There you go.
Thank you. Ms. Lansford, is it true that Mr. Meredith left a will dated April 26, 2016?
Yes, it is true.
And is this a copy of the will that you're seeing on your screen right now?
Yes, sir.
As far as you know, is it true that this will was never revoked?
That is true.
Are you familiar with the signature of Mr. Meredith?
Yes.
And is this his signature at the bottom of the will?
Yes.
Is it true that citation has been issued and posted in the manner and for the length of time required by law?
Yes.
Is it true that this will was self-proved according to the manner prescribed by law and the signing of the will was witnessed by Mr. Richard Story and Michael Netzbend?
Yes.
Is it true that a necessity exists for the administration of this estate?
Yes.
Is it true that no state governmental agency of the state nor charitable organization is named as a beneficiary of the will?
True.
Is it true that after the date of this will, no child was born to or adopted by Mr. Meredith?
No. No children were born.
Okay. Is it true that no marriage was ever dissolved after this will was made?
No. True. No. No
Is it-
marriage was dissolved, right?
Okay. Is it true that the will names you to serve as independent executor?
Yes.
Is it true that you are qualified and not disqualified to serve as an independent executor in this matter or to accept letters testamentary?
Yes.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony or crime of moral turpitude in this or any other state?
No, I have not.
Is it true that the will directs that there be no requirement of bond upon yourself as an independent executor?
True.
And is it true that you're respectfully requesting that this court order this will be admitted to probate and that letters testamentary be issued to you as independent executor?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is not a taxable state and there have been no requests for appraisers, so we respectfully request that the court waive them.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Lisa Gay Lansford. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate and appoint Ms. Lansford as independent executrix to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Sorry for your loss, ma'am.
No, thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Lane?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, y'all have a good day. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. You're
Thank
free
you,
to
Judge.
go. All right, next. Mr. Lawless. Mr. Heath, you're gonna need to unmute yourself. Mr. Lawless, if you would turn your camera on, please. And Mr. Lawless, if you'd unmute yourself as well.
Can I be heard now, Your Honor?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Good. Thank you.
Mr. Lawless, I need you to unmute yourself.
Is that, got it?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we are on the record in 24 CPR 041707, estate of Marie S. Lawless, also known as Kathleen Marie Lawless. Mr. Lawless, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Very good. You can put your hand down. And Mr. Heath, whenever you're ready, you may proceed with your proof vote.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was going to be the primary witness in the case. Does the court want me sworn?
No, you're an officer of the court. I'm not going to swear you for that proof up, but you can
No.
proceed.
I appreciate that, Judge. My name's Greg Heath. I'm the applicant in the estate of Marie S. Lawless, also known as Kathleen Marie Lawless, decedent. She died May 11th, last year, 2024, in her home in Sugar Land, Fort Bend County. She was 96 years of age. I was her son-in-law for 50 years, or more than 50 years, and I filed her will with the court, and that document that I filed was dated March 19th, 1997. As far as I know, it was never revoked, and I recognize her initials and signature on that document. She was of sound mind and over 18 when she made the will, and it's self-proved under the estate's code. I know of no contest of the will that I've been notified of, and 4 years haven't elapsed since the will was, or I'm sorry, since Mrs. Lawless died. She had no children and adopted no children after the will, and she was never divorced. Will doesn't state any charitable organization or the state of Texas or an agency of the state as a beneficiary. She had property. The majority of their wealth was or is in Merrill Lynch accounts with beneficiaries designated, and they were held in a trust. The estate property, community property that she had when she passed away was primarily the house they lived in Greatwood, and a vehicle, and of course the contents of the house, and savings, all of which is purported to be less than $1.5 million. And the will appointed her husband, Freddie Lawless, my father-in-law, as independent executor, but he passed away Saturday, September 20th, in the assisted living facility in Fort Bend. And the alternate executor is James Richard Lawless, who court has met, and know of no reason he would be disqualified from being appointed and accepting letters. He's not incapacitated, and he's never been convicted of felony offense. I believe that's all I have, Judge. I could call Mr. Lawless, James Lawless.
If you have any questions of Mr. Lawless, you can call him.
I do call James Richard Lawless, Your Honor.
Proceed.
I'm going to call you Jim. We're familiar. Anything I testified to that you would disagree with or was mistaken, Jim?
No, not that I heard.
Okay.
Everything sounded great.
How about that's all I have, Judge.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Greg Heath and Jim Lawless. How about James Richard Lawless? My apologies. They testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate and appoint James Richard Lawless as independent executor to serve without bond, and appraisers will be waived. Mr. Lawless, I am sorry for your, well, I guess I should say both of you, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
All right. Anything further for the record, Mr. Heath?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Y'all are free to go. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too, sir.
Thank you.
Well, we can sign out. I'm left with some more paperwork. I don't see how to leave the meeting. Oh, here it is. I'll call you in a minute, Jim.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Ms. Perry,
Good morning, Your Honor.
are we missing a witness, Ruth Jordan?
She is present with my client under Mildred Porritt. They're together.
Okay, wonderful. All right, then let's go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042772, estate of Carl Porritt. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Y'all may put your hands down. Ms. Perry, whenever you're ready, you may proceed with your prove-up.
Thank you. I'll begin by calling Ruth Jordan. If you would please state your full name for the court, Ms. Jordan.
Ruth Shell Jordan.
And you were present on June 19th, 2023, when Carl Porritt signed his last will and testament, correct?
Yes, I was.
And although there was a scrivener's error on page 7, you and John Jordan both witnessed that will on June 19th, 2023, correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Porritt signed in your presence and
Yes, he
in the
did.
presence of John Jordan?
Yes, he did.
And Mr. Porritt declared that document to be his last will and testament, correct?
Yes, he did.
And on June 19th, 2023, was Mr. Porritt of sound mind and at least 18 years old to the best of your knowledge?
Yes,
And on that date, you and John Jordan were at least 14 years old, correct?
yes.
And Your Honor, I don't know your policy if you would like for her to see the will, either by you sharing or me.
I'll share it. Just give me
Okay.
1 second.
And Ms. Jordan, the judge is going to show us the document that has been filed as the last will and testament of Carl Porritt. Do you recognize the document being shown to us on the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you recognize the signature there to be the
Yes, ma'am.
signature of Carl Porritt?
Yes.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
Ms. Porritt, would you please state your full name for the court?
Mildred Fay Perrette.
And do you also recognize your husband's last will and testament that has been shown to us on the screen?
Yes.
And your husband, Carl Porritt, died on January 26, 2025 in Fort Bend County, Texas, correct?
Yes.
And your husband was 76 years old and residing in Missouri City, Fort Bend County, Texas, at and before his death, correct?
Correct.
To your knowledge, did your husband die without revoking this will?
Yes.
And there were no children born to or adopted by him after the execution of this will, is that correct?
That's correct.
And your husband did not have a divorce after the making of the will, and he remained married to you, correct?
Correct.
There are no charity states or governmental entities that are named as a beneficiary under this will. Is that also true?
That's true.
And you have investigated into your husband's affairs, and there is no necessity for the administration of his estate, correct?
Correct.
And there are no unpaid debts other than possible liens secured by real estate, correct?
Correct.
And your husband did not receive Medicaid benefits on or after March 1st, 2005, correct?
That is correct.
Are you asking that the court admit this will as a muniment of title only?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Ruth Jordan and Mildred Porritt. They testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate as a muniment of title, and I'll waive the affidavit of fulfillment of terms as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Perry, anything further?
No, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's fine. Well, let's take the next case and then we'll do them. Okay. Ms. Ortega, is your witness with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, wonderful. All right, we're on the record 25 CPR 042736, estate of Jane Wiley Keep. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
Very good. You can lower your hand. And Ms. Ortega, whenever you're ready, you may proceed with your provo.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here today to prove up the will of Jane Wiley Keep, deceased, and I'd like to call James Benjamin Main, the applicant. Would you please state your name and address for the court?
James Benjamin, name 6302 Breezy Hollow in Katy, Texas, 77450.
And Your Honor, we do have another witness who'll be here today. I see his video. It's Mr. Mohammed Babaki, but I'll be asking questions of Mr. Main first.
Okay.
Mr. Main, did Jane Wiley Keep, the decedent, die on August 6, 2021 in Houston, Harris County, Texas at the age of 75?
Yes.
Did Ms. Keep leave a will dated May 4th, 2019?
Yes.
And Your Honor, do you pull up the will or should I pull it up on my
No, I
screen?
can pull it up for you. One
Okay.
second.
And we're going to ask Judge Morales to take judicial notice that the original will has been filed in the case.
Well, the court shall take judicial notice.
And this, do you recognize this will as the last will and testament of Jane Wiley Keep?
Yes.
And at the time that Ms. Keep signed this will, was she at least 18 years of age and of sound mind?
Yes.
Was the will executed with the formalities and solemnities under the circumstances required by law to make a valid will?
Yes.
Have 4 years elapsed since the date of her death and the filing of the application to probate her will?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you the question again. Did 4 years pass since her death and the filing of the application? And I'll just remind you that we filed the application less than 4 years after her death. So,
No.
okay. Was Ms. Keep a resident of and have a domicile or fixed place of residence in Fort Bend County, Texas?
Yes.
Did she revoke the will that is pulled up on the screen to your knowledge?
No.
Has anyone contested or objected to the probate of her will?
No.
Were any children born to or adopted by her after she signed this will?
No.
Were any marriages dissolved after she signed this will?
No.
Is the state of Texas a governmental agency or a charitable organization named as a devisee of her will?
No.
Did she receive Medicaid benefits on or after March 1st, 2005?
No.
Does her estate owe any unpaid debt other than a debt secured by a lien on real estate?
No.
Is there a necessity for an administration of this estate?
No.
Did you and the decedent own the property located at 6302 Breezy Hollow Lane, Katy, Texas, 77450 at the time of her death?
Yes.
And is the full description of that property Lot 10, Block 1 of Grand Lakes, Phase 3, Section 2, an addition in Fort Bend County, Texas?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for the applicant, and I would like your permission to call up my next witness.
Mr. Bombaki, did you, I don't believe you were properly sworn when I was swearing in Mr. Main. Did you hear the oath that I administered to Mr. Main?
I did. Yes, sir.
You did?
I was just joining in.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead and swear you in one more time. Raise
Yes,
your hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes, sir.
Good. All right, Ms. Ortega, you can proceed when ready.
Thank you. Mr. Balbaki, would you please state your name and address for the court?
Mohammed Balbaki. My current address is 23930 Indian Hills Way, Katy, Texas, 77494.
And would you tell us what your relationship to Jane Wiley Keep, the decedent, is?
She was my next door neighbor and good friend.
And the will that the court put up on the screen dated May 4th, 2019, did you witness that will?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you witnessed her signing her will, was she at least 18 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Was she of sound mind at the time she signed her will?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you witnessed her signing the will, did she sign this will as her free and voluntary act and under no constraint or undue influence?
Yes, ma'am.
Somehow I'm blurry. Okay. When you witnessed her signing her will, did she sign the will in your presence?
Yes, I was there.
And when she signed it, did she sign it in the presence of another witness, Doreen Saab?
Yes.
And what is your relationship to Doreen Saab?
It's my wife.
And were both you and Doreen Saab at least 14 years of age when you witnessed the decedent signing her will?
Yes.
I have no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right.
And I would like to request that you admit this will as a muniment of title and waive the requirement that the applicant file an affidavit regarding the fulfillment of the terms of the will.
All right, the court heard the testimony of James Benjamin Main and Mohammed Balbaki. They both testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will into probate as a muniment of title, and I'll waive the affidavit of fulfillment of terms. I'm very sorry for y'all's loss.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we're taking anything further?
No, Your Honor, I have nothing else.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait. Fine, go ahead and bring it in. Just give it to number 12. Well, I can get everybody to turn their camera on and unmute themselves, please. If everyone would turn their camera on and unmute themselves, please. Ms. Dean, I've got you on here twice.
That is correct. I have 2 hearings, so I'm in a different room for this hearing and I'll go back for the Jensen hearing.
Okay.
So you can actually turn off that one if you want.
Okay.
And then David Cook also.
Where is everybody else, Annie? All right. Do we have any witnesses that are going to be here? From my understanding, there needs to be. We've got Enzo Nicholas, Robert Ridley, and I got Bill Scott here, but I don't have the witnesses.
There should be Enzo Eccles and Donald Gray and David Cook.
Well, Annie, did you just remove Miss Dean? Yeah, you moved the wrong one.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. We have no witnesses in the waiting room.
We should have 2. I've been communicating with them. Hold on.
We do not have Enzo Nichols or Robert Ridley in the waiting room, I'm being told. I'm sorry, who? We do not have Donald Gray or Enzo Nichols.
Okay, Judge, I apologize. I will, if you move to the next one, I will contact them right now. I've been communicating with them by text during this whole time, and I apologize, Judge.
Okay. I was told that one of them has a hard stop at 10 o'clock this morning.
And we have been told the exact same thing, Judge, and that's why I've been texting them and communicating with them constantly, and reminding
I've
them.
skipped over a bunch of cases to get to y'all, but what I'll do is I'm going to go to another case. I'll come back to you. Hopefully we'll have time. You'll get the witness in before 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge. I apologize.
Annie, put him back in the waiting room and let's go ahead and pull in the Martinez case.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Jansen. How are you?
I'm well. How have you been, sir?
Oh, I can't complain. Doing pretty well.
Good. Hi, Miss Stephanie.
Good to see you.
And good morning, Miss Ayala.
Ms. Martinez, can you hear me?
Your Honor, Ms. Martinez is a little bit hard to hear. In fact, she's quite hard of hearing, but her daughter, Karen DeLeon, is with her. And Ms. DeLeon's able to prove up the will. They're sitting there together. Would you prefer that Ms. DeLeon be called as a witness for the convenience of the court?
That's fine. We'll see if we can't make that work. All right. So all those who, let me get everybody on the screen who's going to be testifying. All right, we're on the record in 25 CPR 043042, estate of Amando L. Martinez. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court.
Raise your right hand, Mom.
Do each of you
Yep.
solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah. Please que sí. I do.
Thank
I
you.
do.
very much.
Okay, y'all can lower your hands. Mr. Jansen, call your first witness.
Thank you. I'd like to call Karen DeLeon. Ms. DeLeon, would you state your name for the record, please?
Karen Martinez de Leon.
Ms. DeLeon, your father was Amado Martinez, is right? Is that correct?
Correct.
And he
Yes.
passed away in Richmond, Fort Bend County, Texas on December 19th of 2024.
That is correct.
At the time that he passed away, was he a resident and living in Needville, Texas?
Yes, he was.
Okay. In a few moments, the judge is going to show you a will that was purportedly the will of your father. And when that will comes up here, I'm going to need you to identify it as the will that your dad wrote.
Okay.
Do you recognize this will as the will that your father had prepared for him?
Yes.
And down at the bottom of that, there's going to be a signature and some witnesses' signatures. Do you recognize that signature of your father?
Yes, I do.
Okay. As far as you know, has that will ever been revoked by anybody?
No,
I'm sorry, not by anybody, but by him. Did he ever
by
revoke
him.
that will?
No, sir.
Did he ever execute another will after the date of that will?
No.
Okay. And at the time that he wrote that will, did he know what he was doing?
Oh, yeah.
And he was
Yes.
definitely over the age of 18 at the time he did that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And after the date of that will, did he have any children born to him or adopted by him?
No.
Did he have any children that he took into his home after the date of that will that he would have considered his own children?
No. No.
Okay. Did he have a marriage dissolved? Did he ever get divorced after the date of that will?
No, sir.
Okay. Did that will leave anything to the state of Texas or to any charitable organization or any government agency?
No.
In fact, that will left everything to your mom, who was his wife. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And Your Honor, we've filed with the court a Merck certificate indicating that there is no Medicaid lien on this estate. And we'll also like to point out to the court that the only beneficiary of the will is the applicant, who was named as the executor also. Ms. DeLeon, to the best of your knowledge, are there any unpaid debts that are owed by your father or his estate to anyone?
No. No, there isn't.
Okay. And so because of that, there's no need to administer his estate. Is that correct?
That is correct.
In fact, the reason we're really doing this is because really the only thing he owned was his homestead, and we need to get that over into your mom's name so that it can be disposed of and the proceeds used for her benefit, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Your Honor, I pass the witness, ask that the court admit the will into probate, waive the requirement of an affidavit of fulfillment of terms.
All right, the court heard the testimony of Karen DeLeon. She testified as to the proof of death, validity of the will, and other facts. The court will admit the will and probate as a unit of title, and I'll waive the affidavit of fulfillment of terms. I'm very sorry for y'all's loss.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Mr. Jansen, anything further?
May we be excused?
No, y'all have a great day.
Thanks,
Thank
sir.
you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's try Scott one more time. Okay, remove Martinez. Let's bring in all the attorneys.
Judge, I apologize. I don't want to take any more of your time. The two witnesses are farmers, and although we had talked to them about their ability to get on, they said they'd got on. They were getting kicked off for whatever reason. So I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to reschedule this hearing at a later date. They're going to come to my office, and we'll do it that way. I appreciate y'all moving us up, and I'm very sorry about this distraction and delay.
Oh, okay. Would y'all rather come into court? I've got a docket next Monday that you
Yes.
could potentially be on.
Ms. Rodica, does that work for you?
Next Monday.
Annie, does that work for us? Yeah.
Your Honor, I do have two settings. One is a detention hearing and then another matter that morning for juveniles. But I will be in the building at some point, maybe around closer to 10.
Okay. That's fine. That's probably when we'll get to the case. Does that work for everybody? It'll be
Yes, sir, Judge. We will be there. We will make that work. Thank you, Judge.
okay.
That works for
Dean,
me.
does that work for you for next Monday?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then we'll see everybody on Monday. We'll pass.
Thank you, Judge. Apologize.
Annie, take care of it to make sure everybody gets notice. And
sorry. Thank you, Judge.
now we're going to move on to Jensen.
Your Honor, we're here.
All right, 1 second. All right, we're on the record in 25 CPR 042300, state of Michael R. Jensen, also known as Michael Ray Jensen. All those who intend to testify, if you would raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, very good. Ms. Dean, why don't we start with the airship and then we'll move into the administration after that.
Okay, that sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you. So this is a declaration for airship, as you can tell, in our request for independent administration, and there has been a waiver and a consent to independent administration filed with his sister. So that's already on file with the court. His sister is Lisa A. Jensen Rivera. Okay, and so I'd like to call Mrs. Stringer. So Mrs. Stringer, will you please state your full name for the court?
Barbara Ann Stringer.
And are you also known as Barbara A. Stringer?
Yes.
Can you hear all right? Can you hear Barbara okay?
Yes, we can hear her.
Okay, good, okay. And so was Michael Jensen your son?
Yes, he is.
Okay, and he was known as Michael R. Jensen and also Michael Ray Jensen.
Yes, he was.
And your son was a resident of Fort Bend County at the time of his passing, is that correct?
Yes.
And did he die on September 21st, 2024 in Galveston County?
Yes, he did.
But at the time of his death, he lived in Fort Bend County.
Yes.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, your son did not have a will, is that correct?
As far as I know.
And it's true that he never married during his lifetime.
He never married.
Okay, and he never had any child that was born to or adopted by him.
No.
And it's true that he did not take any children into the home and raised him as his own?
No, he did not.
And it's true that his father, Ronald R. Jensen, he predeceased your son on August 9th, 1985 in Jefferson County, Colorado. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he has one living sibling, an adult sister, Lisa A. Jensen Rivera. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
No other siblings.
No.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Mr. Dunham.
Just a few questions, Your Honor. Ms. Stringer, did your son ever live with anyone as a spouse?
No, he did not.
Okay, very good. And was he living with you at the time he passed away?
Yes, he was.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just making sure. And did he ever take any long unexplained trips where he may have had a child somewhere with someone?
No.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. And you believe if he had had a will prepared during his lifetime, you would have known about it?
What was that again?
Do you believe that if he had signed a will during his lifetime, he would have told you about that?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, and he never did tell you that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Dean, call your next witness.
I'm going to call, my next witness is Don Story. Can you please state your name for the court as well?
Don Story.
And do you live in Rosenberg, Texas?
I live in Sugarland at the current
it's
time.
Sugarland. Okay, so you're personally familiar with the family and marital history of Michael R. Jensen, also known as Michael Ray Jensen, is that correct?
Yes, as a neighbor from about mid-October 2014.
Okay, and you had a lot of interactions with him?
Yes, over the course of the years.
Okay, friendly, share meals, things like that. Okay. And you also would see him at his place of employment at Kroger, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you had a lot of contact.
Yes.
Okay, and did he die on September 21st, 2024 at the age of 45 years old?
Yes.
And he was a resident of Fort Bend County at the time of his passing. And it's true that Mr. Jensen never married that you're aware of?
To my knowledge.
Okay, and to your knowledge, did Mr. Jensen ever have any children?
Not to my knowledge.
And you knew him well enough that if he had children, it was likely he would have shared that with
I'm
you?
sure that he would have.
Okay. And he never took any child into the home and tried to raise them on their own? Okay. And it's true that he had one living sister that you're aware of, is that correct? Her name was Lisa A. Jensen Rivera.
Yeah.
And have you met her?
Yes.
Okay. And no other siblings that you're aware
Not
of?
that I know.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, did Mr. Jensen have a will?
No.
Okay.
He never talked
He
about
never
it.
talked about a will? Okay, all right. And you have no interest in Mr. Jensen's estate as an heir or anything else? Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. I pass the witness.
Mr. Dunham.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Story, we spoke on the phone on July 15th. I don't know if you remember that, but I think you told me at the time that that Michael Jensen's father had preceded him in death. Is that correct?
I did not know the father or about his death.
Okay, but your understanding, he lived with his mother Barbara and his stepfather Barney. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so is it your understanding that his biological father had passed away before he met you guys?
Yes.
Okay, very good. But he is survived by his mother Barbara, who's with us in court today. Is that correct?
Yes.
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 She's there at the table with you. Sorry, is it a bad question? He was never married and had no children, as far as you know, correct?
No.
Okay, very good. And you said he was I think when we talked on the phone, both you and your wife mentioned that he was a very friendly person, and you would see him at Kroger and both as his neighbor, and he just was just a very friendly person and very open about himself and his life. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so you feel like if he'd had been married or had children, he would have told you guys about that, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, very good. I will, and can you confirm, I guess, just that he is survived by his mother and then his one sister, Lisa, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'll pass this witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
Okay, Your Honor, I call Pauline Story. You state your full name for the court, please.
Frances Pauline Harvey Story.
All right, and you also live in Fort Bend County.
Yes.
Okay, and you're personally familiar with Mr. Jensen's family history,
Yes.
and you've known him as long as your husband, since about 10 years, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you know him?
Well, being across the street, and also I went to Kroger's a lot, and he worked there, and he was always in the aisle that I went to.
Okay.
He was very helpful.
Okay, good. And it's true that Mr. Jensen died on September 21st, 2024, at the age of 45 years old.
Yes.
And you and your husband were kind of part of that. You were there for his passing and everything and assisting with that. Is that correct? Okay. And it's true that Mr. Jensen never married, as far as you know.
As far as I know, right.
Okay. And as far as you know, he had no children that were
Right.
born to or adopted by him.
Not that we ever
And he
did.
never took any children in
No.
to live there with him. Okay. All right. And as long as you knew him, he lived at his mother's house.
Right, he was always there. Right.
Okay, great. And he has one living sister that you've met. Is
Yes,
that
I have
correct?
met her.
That's Lisa A. Jensen Rivera. Is that
Right.
And he never talked about his father, I guess, so you weren't aware of that portion of it. Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, did he have a will?
Not that I know of.
Okay. And you're not going to receive any gifts.
I'm sorry, repeat that last answer.
Oh, I asked her if, to the best of your knowledge, Mr. Jensen did not have a will. Is that correct?
Not as far as I knew.
Okay. Were you able to hear that, Your Honor?
Yes, my court reporter couldn't hear the last answer, so, but you may continue.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Jensen, you're not going to receive anything from Mr. Jensen's estate.
No.
Is that correct?
No.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Mr. Dunham.
Okay, Miss Story, we also spoke on the phone back in June, and I believe you also characterized that Mr. Jensen was a very friendly person, and as your neighbor and as seeing him at Kroger, you got to know about him and his life. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, very good. And would you also say that if he had been married or had children, you expect he would have mentioned that to you at some time and getting to know him?
I think he would have, yes.
Very good. And you confirmed that he is survived by his mother, Barbara, and then his one sister, Lisa. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he lives with his stepfather, Barney, but is your understanding that Barney's not his biological father, but just his stepfather? Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you never did know his biological father. He
No.
passed away before y'all met the Jensens. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I will pass this witness, Your Honor.
Any further witnesses for the airship?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dunham, anything for the airship?
Nothing else for me, Your Honor.
Okay. After listening to testimony of Barbara Ann Stringer, Pauline Story, and Dawn Story, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the decedent's heirs are those listed in the judgment declaring heirship. I'm going to discharge Mr. Dunham from his duties as attorney ad litem and award him a fee in the amount of $650.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Dean, anything further for the administration?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Ms. Stringer, well, I'll be asking you a few more questions about the administration. Is it true that you have requested this court appoint you as independent administrator of your son's estate?
That's correct.
And there is a necessity for the administration of this estate, is that correct? To take care of the assets and the debts, okay? And it's true that you and I have discussed the qualifications to be an independent administrator.
Yes.
And you are qualified and not disqualified to serve as independent administrator and to accept letters of administration. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're also requesting this court to allow you to serve without bond.
That's correct.
And it's true that this is not a taxable estate, so that you're requesting this court waive the appointment of any appraiser.
Yes, I am.
And your daughter did sign, Lisa A. Jensen Rivera. She signed a consent for you to serve as independent administrator.
Yes, that's correct.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
After listening to testimony of Barbara Ann Stringer, the court finds the decedent died in testate and there is a necessity for administration. The court will grant the request of the applicant and appoint Barbara Ann Stringer as independent administratrix of the estate. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Thank you.
And thank you all to the witnesses for coming in and testifying here today.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Dean, anything further for the record?
No, thank you. We appreciate your help.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Next.
May we be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Norris.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Your witness, Danielle Shiloh, will she be joining us again?
She should be.
I'm so sorry. Let me go ahead and send her a message,
Okay,
if that's okay.
that's fine.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Kozlowski.
Hi.
Hello?
Ms. Smith, just hang on 1 second. We're looking for the other witness right now.
Thank you, no problem.
Would you turn your camera on though, please?
Oh, you betcha I will. Give me 1 second. Let me see how to do that. Let's see how I do that. So I click on.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. It says start video.
Yes, Daniel Charlotte, I'm here.
All right, if everybody would turn their camera on and unmute themselves.
Okay, it's not allowing me to turn the camera on where it says start the video.
It says unable to access camera. So I can't turn my camera on either.
Miss Malone, can you turn your camera on?
Sorry, Your Honor. That's my staff.
Ah,
Yes. Well, if Miss Smith and Miss Sheila, or y'all can't turn your cameras on right now?
No, I cannot turn my camera on. And my last name is Charlotte. Not
Shiloh.
letting me.
Excuse me.
okay.
All right. Well, we may have to try to work on that with them.
Do y'all have the app or y'all on the internet?
I'm at work. Okay, so can we go ahead and start? Okay, I don't know what I need to ask me, but can y'all start with me first?
Hey,
No.
we lost somebody. Who did we lose? And we just lost Cassandra Smith. Oh, she's reconnecting. She must be having connection issues. Okay. Miss Smith, are you there? Oh, look at that. We got our camera to work too. All right, let's get you unmuted.
I'm here. Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll just start, even though Miss Chalo's camera is not working, we'll go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 25 CPR 042546, the state of Tiffany Yvette Gray. All those who intend to testify, if you'd raise your right hand to be sworn by the court. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Ms. Chilo, did you hear me? And I think we've lost her as well. Y'all may lower your hands. Ms. Chilo, can you hear me? Oh,
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm back. Can y'all see me now?
yes, ma'am. I can see you. Did you hear? I placed the witnesses under oath. Were you able to hear that?
Yes.
Okay. And so can I get a affirmative response from you for the record?
From who?
And let's do this. Raise your right hand. The other witnesses don't need to raise their right hand. Ms. Chilo, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. You can lower your hand. Mr. Norris, why don't you get us started with the airship? Call your first witness. I think Ms. Chilo needs to leave here soon.
Yes, I think so. I can start with her. Okay, Ms. Shiloh, can you tell us your name, please?
Danielle Charlo.
And how did you know the decedent, Miss Gray, Miss Tiffany Yvette Gray?
We've been friends for 20+ years.
All right, and she died on or about August 19th, 2021.
Yes.
And at the time of her death, did she live in Fort Bend County?
Yes.
And she was married at one time only,
Yes.
and that was to is it?
Simone Gray, but she wasn't married at the time of her death.
All right, so they were divorced in about 2021. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere around that time. Yeah.
Okay. And how many children did she have?
She had 4 kids: Anaya Gray, Rain Gray, Hayden Gray, and Peyton Gray.
All right, thank you. And so she never adopted any other children or raised any other children as her own.
No.
All right. And you already mentioned that she was single at the time of her death. Is that
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
And do you know if you may not know the answer to this, but do you know if she left a written will?
Did she have a will?
Yeah. Do you know
Not,
if she did?
not that I know of. She never told me anything about no will.
All right, thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Kozlowski?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Good morning, Miss Chilo. Do you recall when we spoke on the phone back in early August of this year, I believe?
Yeah.
Okay. And we had a chance to visit at that time. I understand that your husband and Tiffany Gray's ex-husband are cousins. Is that correct?
Correction, I was never married. He's not my husband. He's the father of my kids, and they are cousins. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so you've known the family for a long time then.
Yes.
And did Tiffany Gray ever take any other children into her home to raise foster kids, anything like that, to your knowledge?
No. She only had her own.
Just had the 4 children that you mentioned
Yes.
earlier to the court. And you never heard her talk about making out a last will and testament?
No.
Okay. That's all the questions I have, Judge. Thank you.
Call your next witness.
Right.
If you need to leave, you can leave.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Norris, go ahead, proceed.
Thank you. I will call Miss Smith.
Hello.
Hi, can you tell us your name, please?
Cassandra Smith.
And how did you know the decedent, Miss Tiffany Gray?
I am married to Simone Gray's father, his stepfather.
All right. And so how long did you know her for?
Oh my gosh. Probably about 15 years.
Okay. And at the time of her death, excuse me, she died on August 19th, 2021.
That is correct.
And at the time of her death, she was a resident there in Fort Bend County.
That is correct.
And she was married one time only to Simone Gray.
That is correct.
And that marriage was dissolved on or about in July 29, 2021. Does that sound about right?
That sounds correct.
Okay. And she had 4 children.
That is correct.
Anaya, Caden, Rain, and Peyton Gray.
That is correct.
All right. And she never raised any other children or adopted any other children as her own. Is that right?
That is correct. She did not.
Okay. And do you know if she perhaps made a will?
I do not, but I never heard of her mention that to me.
All right, thank you. No further questions.
Okay, do you guys need me to stay or can I leave?
No, hold on, Ms. Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Klazowski is going to now ask you a few questions.
Okay,
Proceed.
no problem.
Good morning, Ms. Smith.
Good morning.
Do you recall when we spoke on the phone back a couple of months ago now?
Yes, sir.
And it's your testimony that Tiffany Gray had only the 4 children that you discussed earlier, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Did she ever take in any other children in her home to raise foster children, anything of that nature besides the 4 children that you mentioned?
No, sir.
Okay. And I believe you've already said that, to your knowledge, she never made out a last will and testament, correct?
That is correct. She did not.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Judge, pass the witness.
Okay, Ms. Smith, you may now leave.
All righty. Have a great day, everyone.
Good day. Mr. Norris, any further witnesses for the airship?
Nothing further for the airship, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Klazowski, anything further for the airship?
No, Your Honor. I believe I've sent in my report and fee request. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. After listening to testimony of Danielle Chalo and Cassandra Smith, the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the decedent's heirs are those listed in the judgment declaring heirship. I'm going to discharge Mr. Klazowski from his duties as attorney ad litem and award him a fee in the amount of $650. Mr. Klazowski, you are free to go. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Norris, why don't you go ahead and call your witness for the administration?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Gray.
Yes, sir. Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. Could you tell us your name, please?
Anaya Gray.
All right. And you're the daughter of Miss Tiffany Gray, is that right?
Yes, sir. I'm her oldest daughter.
All right. And she died on August 19th, 2021. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, it's been less than, well, now it's been more than 4 years now, but at the time we filed, it's been less than 4 years. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And at the time of her death, she was a resident in Fort Bend County.
Yes.
And as far as you know and believe, she died without leaving any kind of written will.
Correct.
All right. And did you perform a diligent search for one or look through her belongings, or did you know that she didn't have a will?
She just we looked through her stuff. We contacted even though my no will. So, and she never spoke of one when she was alive. So,
All right. Thank you. Sorry, 1 second here. And what type of, oh shoot, I've lost my screen here. Okay. I'm going to ask you about some of the assets that your mother had. Did she have, what assets are you aware of that she had aside from any kind of real estate?
just the bank account, as far as I know,
And do you know an approximate value of that bank account?
over 100,000.
All right. So the bank just told you it was more than 100.
Yes, sir.
All right. Did she have a car?
Yes, she had a vehicle.
Do you still have possession of that vehicle?
Yes.
You know approximately how much that vehicle is worth?
Not much.
Much. What kind of vehicle is it?
It was what is it called? A Chevrolet Traverse. I think it's like a 2014, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. And then is there anything other than those 2 items that you're aware of?
No, sir.
And she has obviously like household contents and personal effects, but nothing of any real significant value.
No.
All right. Thank you. Your Honor, we would ask that you, so no, I'm not ready yet. And Ms. Gray, you are asking this court to be appointed a dependent administrator, and you're qualified to serve as an administrator. For example, you've never been convicted of any kind of felony or crime of moral turpitude. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Your Honor, we ask that you would grant the request for administration and appoint my client to be dependent administrator and to serve with the bond, I would probably think if you know, 110 to 120, and then if we need an increase once we get the actual numbers from the bank, we could certainly do that.
After listening to testimony of Anaya Gray, the court finds the decedent died intestate and there's a necessity for administration. The court will grant the request of the applicant and appoint Anaya Gray as dependent administrator of the estate. And I'm going to set bond at $120,000. And we'll go from there, Mr. Norris. I think that's an appropriate amount for now till we figure out an exact number.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Ms. Gray, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And anything further for the record, Mr. Norris?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, y'all have a great day.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. You too.